We are here in the Old Song District of Twin Elms. I have retrieved Sagani from storage, replacing Kana. She's level 9 as well as everyone else now. So we are getting ready to go off to the Old Song Pass, which I believe will take us to the North Weald, which is one step closer to the Temple of Hylea, where we are supposed to fight a dragon. I don't know if we're ready to fight a dragon or not, but I figure that we should at least take one step closer. Excuse me. And see how we do. So let's go through the pass to the North Weald. Let's see what kind of dangers we face out there. I've rested at the inn, the tavern, the tree tavern. So I got some bonuses. I figured Sagani would be my best bet. I thought about bringing the grieving mother, for her crowd control skills, but I figure bringing Sagani is kind of like bringing two party members, so... I've arrived at the North Weald, a forest outside of Twin Elms. The steps leading up to the nest are carved in the steep cliffs that border the northern edge of this wilderness. So we gotta go all the way up there, huh? Let's do a save. North Weald, start. Saving at the start of the map. Let's see what dangers await us here in the North Weald. Will we survive? They said it's on the north side of the map, they say. Well, there's something strange looking. Let's go around it. Can we go around it? Looks like we can't go around it. Looks like we're going through it. It's an altar. The inscriptions on this altar, almost unreadable under a layer of thick moss, pay homage to Hylea. Probably shouldn't steal from the offering plate there. But we're gonna do it anyway.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Any secrets? I don't see any secrets. No secrets here. Well, that was a dead end. So we continue along the path, next to the babbling brook. Broken spear down there. This spear, broken in half, has ornate Glanfathing etchings along the two halves of its shaft. The wet wood shows dents stained green with moss, probably from impacts against the river's rocks. Somebody was out here fishing? Smashing their spear into the river rocks? Why would they do that? This is too quiet and too easy. I feel like they're deliberately not challenging us. Okay, a bunch of bears. We can handle bears. They're deliberately not challenging us, so we walk into the fight with the dragon, having no idea whether we will win or not. The only reason I'm even trying this is because I feel like I did relatively well in the Searing Falls against all those drakes out there. Those were drakes, though, and this one has been described as a dragon, which I can only assume is more powerful than a drake. guess we'll keep going. Well, there's another circle of something out there. Pilgrim Shrine. I mean, I feel like I should investigate. Uh-oh.
That's not very helpful.
It's a whole bunch of bad things. Well, this will be a little warm-up here for the battle with the dragon. Adra beetles. Stone beetles. Wait, who's... Oh, an Adragan is shooting at us there. That's not cool. I feel like somebody should do something about that. I have a cool... Ooh, I gotta try this ringleader spell. Well, let's just do let's do it on these beetles.
That's it.
Oh, I'm getting hit by lightning. Oh, Eddar's taking a beating. Oh, Eddar's down. Oh, damn. Okay, that's not cool. That was quick. Am I still casting that spell? I think I got interrupted. Cast that spell. Yeah, let's do that spell really quick here. Cast it. Nope. Cast the spell. Okay, we're just getting...
Yes?
We're just getting blown the hell up here. So let's do a big old malignant cloud here.
That's not very helpful. Aspect worth and rough.
Okay. Still would love to cast this this big ringleader spell, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. How about just a plain old charm spell? Can we get one of those off? There we go. Now we'll back up. Damn, that lightning is... Who's casting that lightning? I don't like that. I feel like... Oh man, Durance just got petrified. Boom! Aloth just wasted that Adragan or whatever it was. Just obliterated it. Alright. There we go. I think we're turning the corner on this battle here.
That's not very helpful.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh, I just realized my puppy dog's just standing down here.
This is testing my endurance.
And I've realized I should probably make sure my AIs are set up right. Yeah, these should all be on aggressive. I keep forgetting it resets the AI every time you change your party. So let's make sure. Anytime we get a new party member in, their AI is kind of messed up. So let's make sure we look over everybody. I fell down in that fight, you guys, and sprained my wrist. Awakened Adra. Well, that was a little bit of a warm-up. Wasn't quite what I expected. The clouds above the cliffs of the Northweald reflect on the iridescent surface of this pillar of Adra. Oh, there's a staircase here. Is that where I'm supposed to go? Fine battle axe. Again, I don't know if I should be stealing from the sacrificial altar here. You'd think the gods would frown upon that. So... winding stairs hug the cliffside, providing an impressive view as you work your way higher and higher. Not too far along the path, however, you find your progress interrupted. A large boulder appears to have fallen onto the road from somewhere up above, and it now sits squarely in your way. Let's examine the area. The boulder is nearly flush with the cliff face, preventing you from passing by on that side. Along the edge of the cliff, however, there is a narrow space just wide enough to follow across to the other side. The boulder's landing has crushed the steps beneath it, however. I think we should use a hammer and chisel to clear the way, just to be safe. Chiseling away at the boulder proves a slow and wearying endeavor, especially when several sections of the boulder prove too hard to carve through, forcing you to aim elsewhere. After a long while, your efforts pay off, and a section of the boulder splits away. You hear the echoing clatter of the rocks tumbling down the side of the cliff. The sound seems to stir something overhead. A shadow crosses the path, quick as lightning, and vanishes before you can catch a glimpse of what has cast it. But you do see the rapidly growing silhouettes of several more rocks flung down at you from above. Scrambling to action, the party ducks under a small rocky protrusion along the cliff face, but Drem stumbles and is left just short of shelter. A sudden hailstorm of fist-sized rocks and scattered debris rains down upon them. Battered and bruised, Drem leaps the final distance to safety. After a short while, the thundering rumble of falling stones fades away. Your ordeal past, you continue your climb, and the rest of the journey proceeds without incident. At last you find yourself at the base of a final twisting set of steps, above which you can see the towering pillars of Hylia's nest. Well, that was a little more dramatic than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, you guys. Oh, I've got a concussion, and I've got bruised ribs. Ugh. Can we take a nap for a little bit? I feel like we should take a nap. Before we face the dragon. Heal multiplier. You know, I feel like damage reduction is the best one, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. Let's rest. Whoops, I didn't realize that hitting a key skipped past the camping screen. I didn't have time for campfire stories. Okay, let's save the game here. Hylia's Nest start. Oops, no, Temple of Hylea start. Save. Okay, you guys, let's fight a dragon. Which way should we go? This stairs looks like a way to go. It seems very peaceful up here. Shh. I mean, except for all the bones. The edges of the bones are brittle and blackened. Do we have any fire resistance, you guys? Maybe we should fill our quick slots with things that might be useful. Do we even have potions? Minor recovery, that might be useful. Major regeneration might be useful. Wizard's double. Fleet feet. Eldritch aim. Bulwark against the elements. Ooh, well, that sure could be useful. Traps and scrolls that are blinking weirdly. Still don't really know what vegetables and stuff do, but I guess we'll eat them. Everybody get ready for a fight. Everybody, eat your fruits now. Chomp. Chomp. Delicious fruit will get us through the dragon battle.
Ready, Watcher.
I don't have any fruit. I have a feeling we have to talk to them first, and then everything's gonna wear off. Oh, there he is. He's colorful.
And now the fun begins.
As you reach the summit of the mountain, a gust of wind stirs the air. You hear a noise like the snapping of sails, and the sky is briefly blotted out. A dragon lands before you, shaking the ground beneath your feet. It draws itself up to its full height and spreads its wings, barring your passage. Its neck, its back, and the ridge of its spine are covered with magnificent plumage. It hisses at you, and while the sound is unlike any language you've ever heard, the beast's meaning is utterly clear.
Vermin invading my nest, threatening my hatchling. You shall feed my young.
A small worm crouches in a corner of the temple behind the dragon. You have young here?
I will protect my last hatchling to the death, and that death will be yours, rodent.
Hylea is the goddess of motherhood, actually.
And of the sky and all winged creatures, even my kind know of her.
Is that why you came here?
I came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood.
I kinda have to get rid of you to finish the quest. You and your offspring will kill many if you stay. You have to leave. Heat from the beast's roar sears your face. It lashes in a flurry of scales and feathers. Whoops. Okay, I guess we're fighting then.
Ready, Watcher.
Okay, let's do a marked prey on the dragon.
I'm ready.
Let's do a sworn enemy upon the dragon. Let's do...
Aye?
Let's do an armor upon us here from Durance. His free armor cast. Wow, I'm frightened. I'm terrified of the dragon, you guys. Oh, it's Defiant Resolve. That's what I have. It looks like I'm scared, but I have Defiant Resolve. But I'm also terrified. Oh, we're all terrified. Oh, that's cool. Don't we have something against terrifying? Oh, I think it was Kana that had something against being terrified. Whoops. Okay, why are you...
I'm ready.
You need to get your sword out, I think.
Curses!
Curses? Okay. Alright, what else is going on? There's greater rain blights and wind blights. What can I cast that might have some effect? What is this thing anyway? It's a sky dragon. It is called a sky dragon. Its defenses are quite high. 98, 103, damage reduction 21. It's immune to blinded, dazed, frightened, stuck, terrified, and unconscious, which means we can charm it. We could charm it. So let's do a combusting wounds on that thing, on that big old dragon, who's just flown up into the sky and disappeared. Did we do combusting wounds on it? I don't think we did. Because it moved. So I'm waiting for my guy. Why is my guy's not really doing a whole lot here? Okay, Edder's taking some damage up there. Okay, we're not... My spells are not working, I don't think. Aloth casts Combusting Wound and misses the Sky Dragon. Okay, oh god, my pet's taking a beating. We gotta heal our pet.
Mighty hunt.
What? What? He just did... What did he hit me with? Oh my god, he just obliterated my party in one dragon breath. Sagani's down, Aloth's down, Edder's down. Durance is almost dead. I'm almost dead. And Pelagina is almost dead. Wow. Okay, we're not ready for this yet. We're definitely not ready for this yet. Holy crap. Pelagina's knocked down. Oh, wow. We just got obliterated. And I'm down. Everybody's down. The party has died. Wow. Okay. Now we know what we're up against. Holy crap. That was ridiculous. I feel like I need not even bother trying again because, wow, I just got obliterated.
Alright then.
You know, I'm thinking that I actually might, instead of trying to fight the thing, I will talk to it and tell it that it should stay here.
I rather hoped we'd be sneaking up on it.
Haha.
Vermin invading my nest, threatening my hatchling. You shall feed my young.
You have young here?
I will protect my last hatchling to the death. And that death will be yours, rodent.
Hylia is the goddess of motherhood.
And of the sky and all winged creatures. Even my kind know of her.
Is that why you came here?
I came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood.
Then you should stay. Raising your offspring here would honor Hylea.
So be it. Go then, and with my thanks.
Bye. I decided to let the dragon and wormling stay in Hylia's temple. It seems to me that the goddess of flight and motherhood would value the lives of these creatures too. Hopefully the goddess will understand my perspective. I can pray to her at Tyr Everon. I sure hope she understands, cause that dragon's really hard to fight. Let's go back to Elm's Reach. And we're back. Oh, Miss Hylea? See, the dragon's really big. You kneel. While you pray, you feel the space around your body shift and melt, and you find yourself in a vision of the mountaintop temple. Yet you see neither worshippers nor a dragon, but a tree. Its limbs wrap around the perimeter of the temple, tapering into twigs and branches of all sizes and angles. They seem too long and too numerous to be held up by the meager trunk, but they hold steady in the breeze. A single sparrow lands on the nearest branch. It watches you. I seek an audience with Hylea. I'm gonna whistle to the bird instead. I'm gonna whistle a jaunty song to the bird. You whistle the first tune that pops into your head. The sparrow blinks its beady eyes and hops closer to you along the branch. It bobs its tiny head and opens its beak, and the rich, trilling melody that spills forth is the song of a chorus of birds. A massive flock descends with a thundering of wings and whooping, screeching, chirping calls. They fill the boughs of the tree by the thousands, birds of every shape, size, and color, nestling next to one another. Palagina sighs heavily. To be honest, I really can't stand birds. A breeze ripples through the air. The limbs sway, creaking with a strange, gentle rhythm. A few hundred of the birds flit from their branches, forming a brilliantly variegated flock in front of the tree. As they meet and swoop in unison, you catch a glimpse of someone looking back at you, cloaked by the flurry of feathers.
You journeyed to my temple and found the dragon. Yet instead of driving it off, you allowed it to stay. The songs of my faithful will never again fill the nest. And the beast and her young will slaughter many to feed their hunger.
But dragons, like your birds, are creatures of the skies. Every life bears a cost.
Yes, and each should create wonders of commensurate value. What does a dragon create?
Beauty, great and powerful and colorful. They are a marvel to behold. This one was very colorful, in particular.
Their might inspires countless songs and tales, and the span of their wings fills canvases across Aora. And you are one whose soul is filled with the same passionate energy. Indeed, you are the right person to end this tragedy.
Ooh, the party gained 3,642 experience for a total quest experience of 6,066. I'm listening. The birds return to the tree and nestle amongst their peers. The breeze ripples through the branches again, carrying the goddess's voice.
You must stop Theos, and you must undo the tragedy he has wrought.
That's what I'm here for. Birds all over the tree begin to chirp and sing, and in the rise and fall of their voices, Hylea speaks. Theos acts, but is moved by another. The exiled queen whispers in his ear, urges him to rob the living and the unborn of their souls for her benefit, and he has obeyed. She will consume them, grow powerful while 1,000 empty children are born. But there is still time to reverse this tragedy. How can I return things to the way they were? The bird suddenly falls silent, watching you. The voice on the wind returns. Guide the trapped souls back to the bodies they were stolen from. Hollow-born children whose eyes have never seen the sun. You could restore them. Give their families hymns of joy after years of lament. Peace and restoration give purpose to suffering. There is no meaning, no redemption in pain that does not lead to fulfillment. Symmetry demands that great rejoicing follows suffering such as this. I'm not sure that it's possible to truly undo the harm that Theos has caused. Sagani flinches. Surely those wounds can heal, or don't you think the long absences could be overcome? You hear the cry of a swift, soft, and plaintive. Perhaps the years cannot be forgotten, and for some, perhaps it is already too late. But if you could restore even one soul, kindle one spark of life, raise one voice in joy, it would be worth it. There's another side to this, Aloth says, his tone cautious. You've seen the consequences of a soul disjointed from its own cycle. Could these children ever truly return? Perhaps it would be better to allow these souls to find new lives. How can they continue to another when they have not fully lived this life? To pass them along to another now is cutting a stanza from a poem, a verse from a song. Okay, thank you, Hylea. I will continue to Sun in Shadow.
When you reach the burial isle, you will find souls there that I have granted reprieve for their sins. I give these to you, for only they can bear you to safety on your journey down. And when you face Theos and the rotting fruits of his endeavors, remember the conversation we have had. In that moment, you will have power rivaling a god's. And after it, you will live in the world that you have chosen.
I see.
Choose Restoration, Watcher. Return the souls to the bodies they were stolen from. Swear to me that you will do this, and I shall give you power to make even Woodica quake. I can be merciful and terrible, Watcher.
Great wings, dark against the sun, unfold behind the tree, casting a blinding shadow across the temple for the briefest of moments. I swear to return the souls to the Hollowborn children of the Deerwood. And I shall remember. The dark wings snap shut, and the tiny sparrow flits to your shoulder. It tilts its head back and opens its beak, and the song that spills forth is like nothing you've ever heard. Melodies, at once mournful and beautiful, entrance you. The world becomes a place of pure color and sound. Each perfect moment follows the next, like the lines of a poem or the bar of a song.
Wait! I'm not done with you.
Drem was granted Hylia's boon. And Palagina steps forward inside the flock of birds. The birds wheel and pivot, showing a flash of pale feathers. Who is this that speaks in anger? Please forgive Palagina's boldness, Hylea. I don't know what she's talking about. Passion is but another side of my nature. There is nothing to forgive. The birds settle on the branches and regard Pallegina.
It's not often that any of our kind get the chance to speak to their... What should I call you? My mother? Father? Those words seem to fall short and yet be too generous, given our history.
Oh, that's right. She's a godlike. She is born of the gods. I forgot. The birds cock their heads, craning and twisting their necks to look at one another. You are angry with me.
What did you expect? Should I be happy? To be like this? To live like this? What kind of creator does this to her creation and abandons it in a world this cruel?
And I should have plucked you from your home, wrapped you in my wings, and brought you to a nest like this one? Some tranquil and harmonious place far above the war chants and battle dances you love so well? A hawk shivers, ruffling its feathers. Tell me what you want.
All I've ever wanted from any of your kind is to take some responsibility. Any responsibility for what you've done. To us. To every one of the children you've abandoned.
The birds flap their wings, rising from the branches. You are a song of ferocity, and one I love well. I hear your furor and rage, and it is music. Your prowess and valor leave a trail like a tapestry upon the world. I would not dampen your song, even with the comfort of my wings.
What does that mean? Come back here!
There is no response. Pallegina's fists clench in frustration. I'm sorry you didn't get the answers you were looking for, Pallegina. You deserve better.
We all deserve better.
Her shoulders slump in resignation. Although in a way she did sort of answer you. She did sort of say some pretty profound stuff there. Anyway, I allowed the dragon to stay, and I convinced Hylea that these creatures also create beauty and wonder and that they deserve to live. She seemed to agree. And now, I apparently need to talk to Durance about Woodica. Learning that Woodica is responsible for Widewayne's legacy leaves many questions about the circumstances of the Saints' War and the destruction of Aethys. Durance may have further insight. Oh man, don't tell me that Durance is Aethys, or Durance is Widewayne. Oh man. That would be a shocking twist reveal. And we are now able to descend to the pit in the Burial Isle. Now that I have divine favor, I can travel to the Burial Isle and pursue Theos. I swore to Hylea that I would return the souls to Hollowborn children. She gave me her power. I mean, this seems like an okay thing to do. Hey, Durance.
What?
What? I'm supposed to talk to you.
What is it, Watcher?
Does what we learned about Woodica trouble you at all?
It stinks of her. It is justice, but if her greater purpose was to think Margaret would fall prey to such deceit. And Aethys, Widewyn had always claimed to be invading Deerwood to free it. What if it were true? What if he had come to stop Woodica's plot before it began? Surely Aethys earned his death at Godhammer Citadel, but not for those reasons. Not to keep him silent. If such a thing has brought about this chaos...
Durance tilts his head, as if listening to an inner voice. Then he frowns, the frown deepening as he speaks.
Must we always be tools of gods? If Woodica and Margaret, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, If Aethys was fighting back,
Well, then your Godhammer didn't save Deerwood, it doomed it.
so many lies. And Woodica, perhaps she is the next god to fall beneath the Godhammer.
Well, I don't know about that. Okay, I had to pause there for a minute because my dog wanted to go outside. Durance, I mean, do you happen to have another Godhammer on you? I suppose it would be helpful in fighting Woodica. Do you think it would have been better if you had been spared this knowledge?
No, I am glad to have walked this far with you, seen this truth. Perhaps it was what I was meant to see, with a Watcher's eyes.
Hey, that would make a good name for a song. With Watcher's Eyes.
All these dances of words and intrigues, machines of men, twisted, ripping the souls of children, and by the gods, the goddess of justice. If I could end her like Aethys, Margren burned her once. One can do so again.
Okay, Durance. Are you saying that you're going to single-handedly take out Woodica? That would be nice.
Woodica, she must answer to her own justice.
Justice or revenge?
Anyone with a shred of spirit seeks both justice and punishment. It burns in the heart of anyone who lives. All seek it. If the world does not balance, we all drown in the oceans. And the gods would not care. Margren, she must be redeemed. And punishing Woodica, that will serve.
Do we know that Magren was not a willing accomplice?
Is this some final joke at my expense? To test my faith further? And why would you think that, Watcher?
I'm not certain. Let me read these dialogue choices. The others who made the Godhammer, they all died, didn't they? That's why I saw their symbols fade from your staff.
If all you have are questions, then I have enough of those. She is a bitch of a goddess, to be sure. But even a whore only goes so far in crossing those she serves.
You said you left Ashfall without telling anyone of your departure.
You answer a question with a question. Then why did I feel her disappointment at Halgot? Why were we shamed?
Oh, Halgot? What was Halgot? Because I think she tried to kill you there.
Kill me? She is a goddess. I still drink from her burning breasts, Watcher. If she wished me dead, she could trace me to my source and kill me.
In the dream of the Godhammer, your spirit looked blurred, indistinct in the light, as if it had been sheared from you. Durance stares at you, his expression frozen, but he's silent. He's listening. If you had been damaged, as I saw in the Godhammer vision, then she may be unable to see you as you once were. Durance turns from you for a moment. His face twists in thought, conflicting emotions running across his features. Finally, he turns to you, his face steady.
There's no proof, Watcher. I was a fool to think you could help me see any farther than I could.
If you don't trust me, then trust your staff. Admit that the other Godhammer builders are dead. Durance turns to the staff, and for a moment you see his eyes burning, taking in the edges of the wood, the symbols inlaid there, the 11 faded circles.
They died in the blast, yes. The other 11. I was the only one to walk away. I thought we had wronged our goddess. That this was my trial, and if I could prove myself worthy of her, I should have known better. There is only one God of redemption, and I saw him ended.
As he studies the staff, you feel a wave of heat, a terrible energy rolling forth from it in waves, so much so it feels as if the Godhammer itself is alive in his hands. And past it you hear a cry, like a child being born, and your eyes feel the flash of white, then 100 imagined shades of purple and white, streaming and circling into the howling of a storm, and beneath it the grinding of ancient machines of stone, rock, and metal, grinding and turning until all around you feels as if it's burning, sinking into the shadows of the earth, beneath the ground, the only place where a spirit might find refuge. When your vision clears, you see Durance, his hands clutching the staff, and his eyes are bright, burning red. Atop the staff, the flame burns cleanly, brightly. As his gaze burns, he rips his gaze away and howls, a bellowing, horrid howl, like a wounded animal, and sweat pours down his brow. Durance, we can make this right.
To think I served her, I followed her. Now I shall serve no one. Woodica's lies must be answered. And now it seems I must take fire in war from a goddess's false claim as well. I still take from her strength as I did, for as long as it lasts. For I shall not cast her aside yet, until I have drained her dry and had my fill, just as she intended for me. For I have learned one of the lessons of the faithful. The faithful may wound a goddess greater than any enemy. A purification is coming, and this fire shall consume them both.
Okay, as long as you can still heal the party. That's the main thing. Quest completed, and we got tons of experience points. I was able to get Durance to see that Magran had conspired with Woudica in creating the Godhammer, and that her refusing to speak with him wasn't because he had wronged her, but rather was because she had intended him to die with the other Godhammer engineers in order to keep secret her direct involvement in Aothas's destruction. Though it appears this alliance between the goddesses was short-lived, it sheds new light on the Saints' War and the epidemic of hollowborn infants that followed. Durance, for his part, has renounced his goddess and sworn revenge. As a man who's killed one god already, it would seem that he might be one of the only people alive who could make good on such a threat. Huh. Well. Well. The plot thickens. And we've collected taxes. All earnings were lost to bandits. No. Well, at least we didn't have to kill the dragon. That's good. On the other hand, does that mean my party's too weak for the final battle? I don't know. But I think next up is jumping into the thing. Next we travel to the Burial Isle, I suppose, and track down Theos. I feel like that's the next thing we need to do. So for now, we're gonna stop. We're gonna save the game, and I'll be back later.